What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the most tired on the farm ever. Today is the day after the 24-hour live stream, so it is October 9th currently, guys. And I was up for 24, actually about 26 hours total yesterday. And we did our 24-hour stream, of course. Hashtag for the kids, guys. Hashtag for the kids. We did our 24-hour live stream. It's like 5 o'clock at night right now. We really got down to the farm just a little while ago today. We didn't leave the house till after 4 o'clock, so kind of a tired day, lazy day. We're still coming down here, get some drone shots, walk around, talk to you guys just a little bit, and cut the grass, that kind of stuff. So I'm just out here kind of walking around the garden. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and, simply say if you were at the 24-hour stream, I really do appreciate you guys coming out for that. That was just raised well over $2,000 yesterday. And if you guys haven't already done so and you would like to, please go down in the description below. There's a link that'll take you to the Extra Life page and you can donate there. The campaign does run till the end of the year, so anything we get between now and then would be greatly appreciated, as well as anything we've already gotten. It's just awesome. I have the best community, guys, the best community, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So I don't really have a whole lot for you for the On the Farm other than that sky. Look at that sky. That sky is on fleek today, guys. That sky is on fleek. I just want to stand here like this all day with it like behind me. That way is not so fun. That way is not fun. But if we turn this way, I think we should set the GoPro up and do some filming of the clouds and the sunset, guys, because it is nearing that time of the day already. To be completely honest, I'm ready to go back to bed after that 24-hour live stream yesterday. But it was totally worth it for the kids, guys. For the kids, it was totally worth staying up all that time. So first thing, guys, they are actually back here working the corn ground right now with their John Deere. They are chiseling this ground. I can hear somebody over that way, but I can't see them. So they're chiseling the corn ground actually right now. They're over there talking to Dad actually right now. Got some drone footage of them already doing that. And guys, they are also out sowing some wheat. So I got some drone footage of that as well. And that's really going to be the On the Farm today, guys. It's shorty. But like I said, I am just exhausted, running on fumes, running on monster is what it really is. Hashtag monster. So I think we're going to set the GoPro up and film this for a little while. And that'll probably just be it for today, guys. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you so very much.
What is up, you guys? John, the voiceover guy here from Puma Plow. And I forgot that I had this footage. So me in the earlier part of this video didn't really make much sense. I understand that. But anyway, I was really tired when I filmed that part of the video. In case you all couldn't tell, there's a reason I was wearing sunglasses. And no, it was not sunny outside. I was a zombie that day. So I have slept since then, of course, and I forgot, like I said, I forgot that I had this footage. And yeah, this is a little John Deere harvesting soybeans. This is probably going to be the last soybean harvest video that I have. The weather here has been just great for harvest. Been dry. The temperatures have been up and down a little bit, but that doesn't really matter so much. But the big thing is it has been dry, and so much harvesting has happened down there during the week when I just can't get down there. And some of those times when we go down to the farm, it's like, what happened? Everything happened in the past, 2 days. It's like, that guy worked a couple 100 acres, and then all those soybeans over there are gone. And it's kind of impressive how much these guys down there have been getting with it and getting some work done. So I always find it funny that you guys always tell me what this is. So what combine is that, guys? And I know you can probably tell in the video if you zoom in or whatever, right? Like here. I just think it's funny. This is a guy that my dad knows, and we were happened to come home from the farm. What day was that we were coming home? I think it was a Wednesday when we were down there, and I had the drone with me, and I pretty well take the drone out every time when we go down to the farm. There, you can tell you can tell right there what that is. But pretty well take the drone down every single time now, just in case. You never know what you're going to find. And I don't want to be caught down there, you know, like, oh, I wish I had the drone, because I always have it now. So as you can tell, this is towards sunset with the dust. It's amazing. The soybean harvest this year, and I mean, it's pretty common pretty much every year, just ungodly dusty. Soybeans are ungodly dusty when you harvest them. What's crazy here is how much straw he's laying down. I know this old combine doesn't have the best chopper on it, and that would be why you're seeing so much more straw, but it was impressive. You could probably rake that stuff up and bale it if you wanted to, because there is so much there. These are good soybeans here, actually. These were some of the better looking soybeans down there all year. There's going to be a lot of good soybeans down there this year, guys. A lot of big numbers, 65 bushel, which is pretty good, or more. Even the late soybeans, which we'll see here in a little bit, they're probably going to be 50 bushel beans, and that's pretty good for late beans, as many of you probably know. So this guy is harvesting at a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. Words are hard, guys. So the way that these soybeans are planted, and the magical thing of soybeans is it doesn't matter. You can harvest any way you want, and it just doesn't matter. Unlike corn that's planted in rows, and the way the corn heads work, you have to go in those rows. But with soybeans, you really don't have to. You really don't have to. But you can tell. Look how much straw he's laying down. I mean, it's a blanket, guys. He is just laying a blanket behind that combine. It's kind of impressive, to be honest. Yeah, so this is one of a few guys that are old school farmers, kind of, you would say. Don't farm a lot of ground, so they can't really afford the big equipment. Kind of the hobby farmers, the weekend farmers. There's a couple of those guys down there, of course, and this happens to be one of them. He, works a full-time job with a city nearby, and farms on his days off and weekends. And yeah, it's only his probably second year with that combine. He used to have Little International, I believe is what it was. I believe so. But you can tell because it's an older combine, no GPS, so he's like, it's not a perfectly straight line like, everybody else does. It's kind of back to old school farming, and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like it. It's something like a nice throwback almost, and like the cabs off to the side. It's an old combine, guys. It is definitely an older combine. It looks like a toy from the sky. I think I was like 300-400 feet right here, and it just looks like a little toy, which, they pretty much all do from 400 feet up. But this one especially, because it's tiny. It's pretty awesome. When you think, and it wasn't all that many years ago, this is it. This was how they farmed. Little tiny combines. You would run a couple of them maybe if you were a bigger guy, But nowadays it's 35, 40 foot draper heads and giant combines, and yeah, I mean a modern day combine would eat this thing. Would just completely eat this thing. So it is very impressive how far farming equipment really has come. And especially if you go back and look at some of the like old stuff when we go to those farm shows or whatever. It's impressive, guys. It really is. So now, I don't often speed up drone footage because I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. But in this case, I thought it was kind of cool to come down in a little fast time. Kind of cool. Usually when you speed up drone footage, you really notice the drone wobble. Like the drone just kind of wobbles. It drifts. If you're just hovering, it'll drift around a little bit. Not the biggest fan of speeding that footage up. So usually I don't do it, but in that case, I thought it was kind of cool. And yeah, kind of getting in his face, but you can see the cabs off to the side. I mean, it's an old combine. It's cool. It is very, very cool that he is still using it. So, and like I said, it's only his second or third year with this particular combine, so this was an upgrade for this particular guy from his older combine. So pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, guys, now definitely this is an upgrade in equipment over the years. This is huge improvement here. So we are behind the farm, kind of, and this was corn ground out here, and he is chiseling this corn ground now. These are the guys, obviously, that farm our farm that are so cool with me filming and everything. And yeah, so John Deere tractor, and I believe that's a John Deere, pretty sure it is. He calls it a coulter chisel, which actually makes more sense. I've always called them disc chisels. Well, it's not really a disc in front, it's a coulter. They do have disc chisels as well, but this particular one is more of a coulter chisel, which makes sense because a disc is like cupped and put at an angle. A coulter would be straight on. And that makes more sense. So, and actually I'm looking at this one, I don't think it has any coulters on it. Yeah, I don't think it does. But it's got the harrows on the back, definitely. Lots of harrows. And obviously he's using his GPS here, guys. Quite obvious how he is doing that. He's actually running skips so that he's not having to turn so sharp at the ends, because I don't think that tractor would actually turn as sharp as he would need to actually go just like back and forth. So he's going to the end of the field and skipping a few and then going back down, so he always can turn a little wider. So you can see here he's working one pass, he's already done this other one, then another one he skipped, so he goes down the end, skips a couple, and goes back. But with the power of GPS, you know, this is really easy to do. Before GPS, I don't know that you would work ground like this. You would just make it work on the ends to turn. I don't know how. I don't think you would do this before. Now, if you were like mowing corn stalks, where you could just count, you know, okay, I want to cut 4 rows, let's say, back in the day, and leave 4 rows, because I know that's what Dad did many a day out on the farm. Cut back in the day when they first started cutting corn stalks, it was 2 rows. And then eventually 4 rows. I think that's all the bigger mower that Grandpa ever had was for 4. And, you know, he would run, so you'd cut 4, skip 4, cut 4, skip 4. And then you get all the way over to the other side of the field and you go all the way back. So it's like you're working the field twice, but really just once. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. But, yeah, I don't think this one has any coulters or disc on it, actually. This is just a straight-up chisel, guys. It is pretty awesome. There's another farmer in the area that has basically an identical one, but with wings on it, so it's even wider. No, not the wings that make you fly, not those kind of wings. Extension wings that like fold up so you can go down the road. And they run a giant John Deere tractor. I need to find them out in the field somewhere to get them out working dirt, because it would be impressive. It would be very impressive. One of those John Deeres on 2 tracks, you know, like a great big one. Yeah. That's what they run. They're one of the bigger farmers in the area. I mean, these guys that farm ours here are pretty good size, but those other guys are massive. Just massive. So, pretty good. Like the dirt is working fairly well. I'm just stuttering all over myself today, guys. I don't know what it is. Words are hard. I'm sorry. I could edit all this out, but I'm not going to, because that sounds like more work. Not really, but you know. So the dirt was working up quite well. His GPS was working fairly well in this field. Apparently there are some other fields that they have been working where their GPS was drifting a little bit, and they got some skippers out there. Not really a big deal. They will come back in probably after a rain. If they could get a rain and then let it dry, come back with a field cultivator and just like really level her out and be ready to go for spring planting. This patch will be corn again back there. They run pretty much continuous corn back there, except for last year. Other than that, they run corn pretty much year after year. So now, guys, we are over the late soybeans after wheat, and they are ripening rapidly, which it's time. So they need to be ripening rapidly. And like I said earlier, these beans probably going to be around the 50 bushel mark. They are looking really, really good considering their late soybeans. All the early beans I've heard around 60, 65 bushel. So if late beans are 50 bushel, those are really good late beans. Now, guys, this was corn ground, and this is the same farmers, by the way, over on the neighboring farm. This was words are hard. This was corn ground, and they are no-tilling wheat. They're sowing wheat right now. No-tilling wheat right in the ground out there, right into the corn stalks. They run at a little bit of an angle compared to the corn. Not like too aggressive, but just a little bit. And they've actually had really good luck with the no-till wheat. They used to work the ground a bunch and then plant the wheat, but then you lose a lot of moisture and it's just not the best always. So they have switched to no-tilling the wheat, and actually they have the chopper on their corn head, you know, and they actually turn that off on the fields they wanted to plant wheat in, because otherwise you run just like a huge, like a carpet almost of like corn debris. And by leaving the chopper off, the corn stalks are standing and it's not as bad. So the crazy thing is they had corn this year, they're planting winter wheat, which they'll harvest next summer, and then they'll plant late soybeans, then they'll harvest those. But when they harvest the late soybeans, there will still be corn stalks in there that they'll run through the combine again. So it's like a whole year later and the corn stalks are still going to be in there, and you'll run them through the combine. It's super dusty when they harvest that, because you have wheat stubble and and soybeans that you're harvesting and the corn stalks all through the combine at the same time. It's kind of impressive, but it works for them. It really does work. As you guys can tell, the pumpkins are really about done, and there's not as many out there as we were hoping for at all. We will still have our pumpkin party. Don't worry about that. We will definitely still have it. We will just have to tell the families, probably one per kid is usually a good rule of thumb when we have a kind of a bad year. So, but like I've said in the past, if you go look at some other pumpkin patches in the area, ours looks great compared to theirs. So I don't know what the deal was, but bad year for pumpkins, and Axel John is coming back right now, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Toodles.
Much better. That's what kind of day it is today, guys. It's Chug Mountain Dew kind of day. Yeah, it's fun. So I'm not going to put this on there. I have done like 13 outros at this point. So all I simply want to say is thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to watch the video if you want to see an epic sunset montage cloud thing that I'm going to film here in just a second. And until next time, guys, hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And until next week, I'm your boy John from Puma Plow. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being part of this awesome community that we have built on YouTube and on Twitch. And toodles.